Hey, welcome back to my channel. So today is an overdue update on my pregnancy. So if you are new here, I am pregnant with baby number 7. So my official due date is April the 11th of this year. So not much more time left in my pregnancy, which is kind of exciting, guys. But I haven't updated you guys about this pregnancy in I don't even remember. I think the last time was almost 9 weeks ago, I think. So here I am with an update. I am officially 30 weeks today. So yeah, guys, there's no time left. Soon I will be holding a sweet little newborn baby in my arms, and time is definitely speeding up. I swear it was just yesterday I uploaded my live pregnancy test video for you guys. So yeah, this pregnancy definitely went by quickly. So for my last update, I think where I left off, I was just about to meet the obstetrician that the midwife had referred me to. And so on December 22nd, that was the first time that I met my OBGYN, so my obstetrician, the delivery doctor for this pregnancy. And just to give you a quick rundown in terms of her office. So I got lost. It's kind of confusing as to where the office is specifically located. So I was late for my first appointment, which didn't look too good. But I think the fact that I was stressing out and trying to find her office, it didn't work in my favor in terms of my initial blood pressure reading, but I'll get back to that in a second. The office is beautiful. It's very modern. It's definitely different from my old obstetrician office. It doesn't really feel like a doctor's office, which is what I liked about it. But anyway, so you get there, you check in with the nurses at the front desk, and then they will call you in. And there's an area where you get your blood pressure taken and your weight checked. And so at my first weigh-in at the obstetrician's office, my weight was 135.6 kilograms, which is about 298 pounds. Now, I've never, ever seen these kind of numbers in my entire life, but that's besides the point. I don't like numbers. But yeah, that's my official weigh-in for my first appointment with the obstetrician. And then when she took my blood pressure with the electric pump, at first, my reading was 150 over 103. And she was a sweet girl. She was like, honestly, I think because you were rushing here and you were stressing about not being able to find our office, let's take it again. So she took it again and it was 138 over 88. So it went down significantly the second time around. And then I was put in the room and I had to wait for the obstetrician. And honestly, she's pretty fast in terms of seeing her patients. She doesn't really have them waiting too long, which was really nice. When I met her for the first time, she's a very lovely lady. I feel like she's very knowledgeable in the things that she, in what she knows. And she'll sit down and explain things to you. She'll break it down as to the reasons why she feels this way or why she doesn't feel that way. And then as well as she actually listens to you. She'll say, hey, ask me questions, ask me anything, and whatever question you ask her, she will make sure she'll spend the time and she'll answer your question, which was really nice because my experience with my old obstetrician, they're very in and out, you go there, bomb, and then they'll check you, and then that's it. Like, you don't really get to have a personal conversation with them. So it was a nice change that I'm able to experience with this obstetrician. So that appointment was back at 24 weeks. And the only restriction or measure that was put in place at that time was that masks were still required, and you have to wear a medical mask. But other than that, she spoke to me in terms of if my numbers were to start to creep up, she would like to see me on medication. And she was saying that if my numbers start to creep up even more, that I would have to look to possibly being induced. And that kind of threw me off guard, but I got over it eventually. And then she listened to baby, and baby sounded great. Baby was measuring well, and she was happy in terms of like any blood work results that she received and any results from an ultrasound. So in terms of baby's doing great. It was just my blood pressure at that time was kind of on the borderline of being high, and so she just advised me to just keep that in mind for my next appointment. So fast forward now to my recent appointment that I had at 29 weeks. At this appointment, my weight was 134.4 kilograms, which is about 296 pounds. And so I lost about 2.5 pounds roughly from my last appointment, which I was surprised about, but that's normal when you are a plus size mom or somebody of my size. It's normal that you could lose weight during pregnancy, so that wasn't a concern. But my blood pressure this time, when they took it the first 2 times, they used the electric blood pressure monitor, and my blood pressure was 164 over 118. So every time the nurse sees my first reading, she's like, let's take another one. And so she did it again, and my blood pressure reading this time was, so I've only taken labetalol. I think that's how you say it. I'm probably wrong, but I'll put the name again somewhere here. With my other 2 pregnancies that I had high blood pressure with. So I don't know about this prescription that she gave me. I plan on giving her a call about that because I don't know. But besides the medication, she told me that she would like me to officially be induced by 38 weeks. So she will not let me go past 38 weeks. She's just like, it's just safer that way. I mean, I was induced with both, also baby number 2 and baby number 4, so induction is not new to me. But I was really hoping that I would just be able to go on my own. I feel like my labors just do so much better when I go on my own. But with that being said, I will do everything in my power to avoid being induced. I know there's several different ways that you can induce labor naturally. And of course, I will not attempt to do any of these things before 37 weeks. But if you have any positive stories of how you've induced your labor, or if you want to share with me different ways that I can induce labor once I've reached full term, please leave them in the comment section down below. The only one I'm not willing to really mess with is the castor oil. Even though I've done it in the past, I've done it without really doing my research on it, and I wasn't aware that it can also cause the baby to take a poop in the womb. And so that is, of course, not the safest thing to do. So I don't ever advise anyone to do castor oil. But there is several different ways that you can induce labor naturally. But in terms of my blood pressure, I don't have any symptoms of high blood pressure. I'm not seeing any blurred visions or any spots before my eyes or anything like that. So I'm still on the fence when it comes to this blood pressure thing. I don't know if it's white coat syndrome. I don't know what it is, but if I can invest in a blood pressure monitor, I will, and I will try to keep a journal. Even my obstetrician also suggested that I keep a blood pressure journal and keep track of my blood pressure. I don't think I have high blood pressure all the time. Of course, there's certain scenarios or situations where your blood pressure will rise. So it's really unfortunate that I don't have a blood pressure monitor, and I can just kind of debunk all these different theories of me possibly having high blood pressure. But God willing, everything will work out, and I'm trying not to focus on that. I'm not trying to stress about my blood pressure. I really just want to focus on the remainder part of my pregnancy and just preparing myself mentally, spiritually, and emotionally to give birth. And that's why I really do want to avoid being induced, because those artificial forced contractions that is put on your body through Pitocin, I think is what it's called south of the border, but north of the border here it's called oxytocin. And so I've had that twice, and those 2 labors were my worst labor out of all my other 6 children. And I really don't want to experience that again, because it was really rough. Because I don't opt for pain medications during labor. I just go all natural. So those contractions that you get with the oxytocin, with the drip, it's really harsh. It's really rough on your body. And so I'm really trying to just get to 38 weeks. And also, I'm officially 38 weeks on March 28th, but I'm gonna advocate for myself and fight and try to be pushing the date further away from there. So even like April 1st, April 2nd, like I'm okay with that. At least it gives me a couple of days to try to naturally induce my own self. But yes, being induced, it's really intense, really hard, especially when your water is broken. Once they break your water, the contractions intensify even more. And so I'm hoping that I won't have to have my water broken. If that's the case, that I have to be induced medically. But it's just easier if your water breaks on its own towards the end of your labor, because it kind of creates a cushion in between your uterus and so forth, and how it's contracting. And I just do so much better that way. With my last labor, my water broke right up at the end at 9 centimeters. And so I was able to breathe through my contractions really well. And so I'm hoping and praying that I'll have a similar birthing experience like I did last time. But there is a really good chance that I will go into labor early on my own. With my first baby, I went on my own at 38 weeks. And then with baby number 3, I went on my own at 37 weeks. I've only made it to 40 weeks with my last 2 babies. And that was under the care of a midwife. I actually made it to the end with both of them, but everybody else came before 40 weeks. It's just 2 were spontaneous and 2 were induced. And so, I mean, there's a possibility that I'll just go at 38 weeks on my own, which would be so amazing. So with me being 30 weeks now and not being able to go past 38 weeks, that means I only have 8 weeks to go, guys. Like, to me, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like that leaves no time. At the same time, I'm super excited. And then at the same time, I feel super unprepared because financially things have been sort of rough. We haven't really been able to get much for the baby, which I'm trying not to focus and let that hinder my joy and my excitement. If any of you feel generous in any sort of way, I will leave a link to a small registry that I've made. If you want to contribute to anything, that would be so greatly appreciated. Obviously you're not obligated to or in any way. It's just I decided to just put it out there, and God willing, maybe there'll be somebody who is willing to help us out. Right now we literally just have a sample pack of newborn diapers and a pack of towels and washcloths, and so I don't really have anything, but I'm not stressing about it. I know the Lord will provide and everything will work out. It's just time is running out. So Like I said, I will leave a link in the description box. In terms of how I've been feeling and symptoms that I've been having, my face has broken out so much. Can you guys tell? Like, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, my face has broken out. I've never had such a bad breakout in couple of years. So they say if baby's a boy, they take mommy's looks, and if baby's a girl, they take daddy's looks. And this baby's been taking all my looks because my husband looks younger and more fabulous now than ever. And so that's okay. That's fine. This is just my new look that I'm rocking so far this pregnancy. Oh, and in terms of skin also, I've been having like this pregnancy mask. I don't know, you can't really tell. Let me see. But there's areas of my skin where it's lighter. And then there's areas of my skin where it's darker. So it's called pregnancy mask. I will leave the official name of what that's called somewhere here. So I've been dealing with that. And then I've been dealing with hip and lower back pains, which is quite normal for me, except for some pregnancies, and then with others it doesn't. But with considering the fact that this is baby number 7 and the weight that I'm at this pregnancy, I'm not too surprised. Lately, I've been soaking in the tub, in my itty bitty tub, but that's been giving me some sort of relief. And then I have to sleep with a pillow in between my legs, more towards like the lower part of my thigh and my knee. And that will just help to keep the weight of the one leg over on the other leg and not cause so much aches and pains when I wake up in the middle of the night to get up to go to use the washroom several times, and just waking up overall in the mornings. So those are the only things that I'm dealing with right now. But in terms of baby, anytime babies had their heart listened to, their heart rate was around 140, 145. So baby's doing great. And now my kids can see baby's movement from the outside of my bump, and they can feel baby's movement as well. So that's really exciting for them. And baby's been having a lot of hiccups and is super, super active. So I love this stage of pregnancy in terms of like being able to interact with baby and baby moving around and growing and so forth. So it's a really special time to have with baby right now. And yeah, like everybody in the house is getting excited for baby, especially the kids. And it's just so crazy to me to think that we still don't even know the gender of baby. Like, I'm getting more and more excited. And also, if you guys have any name suggestions, also leave them down in the comment section down below. So we kind of have a name theme for our kids. All our boys' names start with S, and all our girls' names start with a D. So if you have any suggestions, please share them with me. I think we have like 1 or 2 names for each gender, but it's always good to have a wider selection, just in case, you know, you look at the baby and you're like, no, you don't look like a Sarah, or no, you don't look like a David. So, you know, we like unique names. So if you have any suggestions, contact me, let me know. I will show you guys what my bump is looking like at 30 weeks. Okay, this is my bump at 30 weeks. I'm wearing several different layers, so I'm gonna see if I can show you a better view. So this is 30 weeks, and yeah, it's getting heavy, but I don't mind because I know I'm gonna miss it all. So that's my update. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. And also I want to say thank you for all the love and support that I've been receiving from a lot of you guys lately. I just want to say a quick shout out to a really good sister of mine, Sister Megan. You know who you are. And yeah, thank you for all the new subscribers, all the beautiful comments, all the likes, all the messages. I really appreciate them all. And may the good Lord bless and keep all of you guys. And I just ask that you guys continue to keep me, the baby of my family, in your prayers. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.